Coming up on this episode.
Not welding up, but like relatively close.
That was extremely reckless.
This is the craziest shit, man. Mick sits on the floor of his cottage. A game of dragon chess sprawled out in front of him. There's no board. Instead, a makeshift one has been drawn onto the wooden planks of the floor. He moves a piece into position. Check, he says, waiting for a response from an opponent that isn't there. Except, there is a response, as the opponent's king slides along the floorboards and out of danger. Far to the northeast in the Bedland Isles, our party plus Magnis has just killed a dragon. After restarting the apparatus within the volcano's lava, an ancient underworld dragon awoke. Diego's quick thinking almost got himself killed, but he managed to pull through with the help of Renisteer and even tricked the dragon into eating a mouthful of Blightburn. The heavily wounded dragon pursued the fleeing Penumbra, with the party and Magnis jumping off to face it down as the crew escaped. After a few broken ferries, lightning bolts, and one final Arctic spell from Magnis, the dragon is slain. We cut to myself describing the dragon's corpse falling to the island below. Yeah, I mean, it hits loud. It's a lot of adamantine smacking into an island. But yeah, once the ship sees that, pulls around.
I just want to get on the ship.
Yeah, I'll start flying back to the ship.
Everybody alive?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I think I took 0 damage.
I did. Yeah, I didn't take damage either.
I don't. As you guys fly back, Magnus says, I know it just kind of went through a lot, but can I have the hammer back?
I'll point at Eamon.
Wait, why is this his hammer now?
Well,
I found it. It's always been mine.
The old find
Pick up the invisible
Well,
item.
hold on. It has not always been yours. That is an
What do you mean?
incorrect statement.
Well, since
you found it.
yes.
I'm going to go take a closer look at the dragon's corpse. Here's the hammer.
I
Look,
will
make it
I
uninvisible.
do believe in finders keepers. I will concede. I'm just saying the statement that you've always had it.
We can discuss more about the
always
hammer
been yours.
later. I will go with Eamon to examine the corpse.
I'm just curious about the hammer. I just want to go with Magnus.
Okay.
You guys want to get the crew settled down towards
Yes,
the dragon if
I'm-
it is truly dead?
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the ship.
Okay, so me, Eamon, corpse.
Okay.
3 to
Yeah.
the boat.
Yeah, corpse buddies.
Corpse
anything specifically you want to do?
Well, at first I wanted to make sure it's dead.
That's
obviously.
kind of what I was thinking. Mostly
Yeah.
just check a see
You
if
can
it's
go
dead.
down. It's pretty quickly evident that it is dead for a couple reasons. For the first time, it's not giving off any heat. It's completely cooled. Secondly, basically the whole bottom part of her face is gone. It was already kind of half gone from the Blightburn explosion or whatever. But the ray of ice magic, it was not small. It kind of ran all the way through it. Like it's ruptured at the back and the front. Like it is. Most of it now, as you look, is made up of adamantine and what looks to be like mostly probably the hardness of like rock is like the skin and everything that's under that. So it is not as gruesome as a sight as it might be because there's no really blood or guts or anything. It's all just like
material.
yeah, rocky and adamantine material.
Does it have a skull? I'm assuming if its jaw is off, like I can kind of see. Is it hard to tell if like its skull is also adamantine?
I mean,
Its bones.
its bones probably aren't. They're probably like the main thing that would be of value of this is pretty much all of its outside is plated in adamantine, whether that be scales or its face. Like all of that is really what you're looking for.
I'd be kind of looking through the face and look over at Eamon. Do you think there'd be any benefit from an intimidation standpoint if we could strap this thing's skull to the front of our ship?
Would it be able to be seen? With
I
the-
mean,
with the
if
fog
it's
and
on
all
the
that?
front of the boat and not on the deck.
It's just the deck that's covered in fog. That
Yeah.
makes sense. I mean, it could be. I think if
Make a
we're
pretty
gonna,
sweet hood ornament.
I would say Eamon probably knows that it literally just covers the inhabitants
Okay.
of the ship.
Okay, so you can still you see the whole thing of
Yeah.
the ship.
Yeah,
Nice. Okay.
Might have to talk to Phosphorus about that.
yeah. I will say, that's a lot of weight.
Well, I was thinking when we take the adamantine off.
Yeah, I mean it's like I said,
How big
it's
is
like
it?
made of rock. at the lightest.
The bones are. I mean, like
The bones are. I mean, it's the bones of something that can like carry adamantine in rocky skin. You know what I mean? So like they're not.
I'd still be
conventional
thinking
bones.
it's completely
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
possible
I'm
because
just
I have
saying it's
no
not-
concept of
yeah.
crafting.
We could always
yeah.
use its teeth or something too, or anything like that.
Yeah, good point.
By the way, quick. I'm guessing, can we be on the ground now? Because this
Yeah.
moment's
Yeah,
going to be
yeah.
weird
Yeah,
if
we
we're
are.
flying while this happens. I would just like awkwardly like reach out my hand to shake your hand and be like, thanks for catching him.
Oh, I'm
And
not,
you can see like not welding up, but like relatively close of like, Diego can't see this right now, but like, thanks for catching him. And I'd
I
shake
would-
your hand and like go in for like the one-handed hug.
Yeah,
quick.
I'd pull you in close and I'd like give you kind of a smirk. I'm like, none of you are dying on my watch.
From what I saw, yeah.
I mean, I can't account for trying to send yourself there, but even still, I'm going to try my damnedest. None of you are dying on my watch. That's my solemn promise. I'll die first.
Well, I guess I'd hold on tighter then and be like, well, just remember how that felt, how helpless that felt. I don't want to feel that for you either.
I understand. I will not be. You know me. I'm not reckless, but I will try my best to make sure that none of you come to a grim fate.
Do you think it'd be...
That was a pun. Funny. Damn it! No one else heard that.
I'll let him know.
Perrin, what do you think of that? Is it a good one?
It was good, father.
Yeah, old
something in
man's
my
got
throat.
it still.
How old are you?
Younger than Eamon.
Not in your years.
Boat boys. I mean the ship has now turned around. It won't take too long for you to catch up with it. Everyone is still very on guard, but as they see you guys approaching and they kind of clock. I mean, they turned around because they clocked the thing, but Gil lowers the guns, thrusts,
We have
puts
guns?
an arrow in a quiver.
Gil has a
his
gun.
gun. His gun.
Oh.
Sorry.
So Diego,
That was close.
stab yourself in the heart, huh?
Yeah, well, I tried to miss.
You tried to miss.
Yes,
It's your heart.
I know. It was a very tense situation. I feel some jingling. Do you think there could be shards in there still?
Yes. What'd you stab yourself with?
A
Hold on.
mirror.
You what? What? Just run me through that all again.
Did you not hear the conversation with the dragon? I was trying to play up.
No, I left
Oh,
quickly.
Yeah, he was backing up pretty quick.
Yeah.
okay. Well, it's because the dragon was... I was just trying to trick the dragon. It's a lot to explain. I died today, I think. Very close.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, you guys can both clock Magnus is like, obviously he's not the self-sacrificing type. So he's just clocking
Yeah,
that's crazy.
They said to take my arm first, and I figured it would be easier to fake stabbing myself in the heart than it would be to fake removing
I'm
my
going to tell you
arm.
right now, losing an arm is not that difficult.
Look, I'm sure I could have worked it out. I just thought I could fake the heart thing. And
Anyway.
clearly I have a bigger heart than I thought.
Anyway, wow, no. Anyway, to your
I
question.
meant literally.
I understand that. I just think you're bad at aiming.
Eamon is a doctor. I need to see him.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, if you stab yourself with a shard of glass, yeah, you might have some shards in there still. You need to get that looked at pretty quick.
yeah.
Anyway, what does that hammer do?
You look over. Magnus is every so often he like kind of doesn't try to do it obviously, but kind of like smacks on his hand a little bit. He's trying to figure out how to turn it on. It's not doing anything, so he's just like
Maybe they all have to be full.
Can I see it?
I got it. Don't worry about it.
I mean,
I'll figure it out.
well, I was going to say, like, both of us specialize in magic. If we can figure out right now, we can figure out what it does.
You guys should probably talk to your crew first.
How big is this hammer?
It's like a craftsman hammer.
Yeah, it's not that big.
Because in my head it's like this big.
I don't know. Audio podcast.
I know. Like out of game,
yeah.
my visual sake.
Yeah, so
No, it's. Wait, what do you mean by that big?
Like
a
literally
pen?
just like a
Little tiny
No.
hammer.
Think handle wise, probably similar to like a normal real life hammer, but it's like a flat mallet head on both sides. So it's like a big rectangle cube thing.
So what are you going to do when you find out that only the people that infused it with magic can use it?
That's not how it works.
I don't know. I was just throwing some in the dark here.
Okay. Well, That's not how it works, right?
How's the crew?
Wait. Was that second one like trying to confirm that?
Yeah, 100%.
Can I roll?
I mean, there's really no way you could tell without trying to do it, and he's not allowing you to do that
Yeah,
yet.
either. Well, listen, if you ever fail to figure it out, both Eamon and I can probably identify it.
Me too.
I pull out my top hat from my sleeve and unfold it.
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
Put it back
the
on.
crew's coming back. Everybody's kind of just like, they pull up beside you guys and they stop.
I open the hatch for Gel.
Okay.
All right.
We have Gil, Gel, and Well.
Yep. And whack.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, they all kind of just like I said, they're not super on guard, but they all just kind of like wait.
Well, I
for
think
any
we're
sort of-
good.
And I'll
Dragon's dead, so that's neat.
Let's head on down to the island. We got a dragon to strip mine.
It may be a two-tripper.
A dragon?
Yeah, it was made out of adamantine.
I'm
All
sorry.
righty.
Who's confused about that? Did you not see the dragon?
No, I'm just confused about the strip mining part, but well, yeah, let's head over.
Yeah, we also don't have the ferry, so you might want to get the boat pretty close.
Yeah, they can land it. But yeah, the ship can come over and land.
Did we get rid of the landing gear for bulk?
No.
We have landing gear?
Yeah, there are. All of them have it. There are things on the basically like prongs that can come out and just like balance it so it can sit kind of flat. And then you guys would have like rope ladders that you can throw over the side to like get up and down for those who can't fly. But yeah, I mean, you can do that. They can land right next to it. This is still kind of a little sloped and still, but they can find like a flatter area right by the dragon. There's not a lot of, there's no trees or anything. You're still close enough to the volcano that it's more like rocky terrain or anything. So there's no like getting through a canopy or anything. But they can come out. You see Eamon and Rensteer and Perrin kind of just...
I was meaning to ask this. Looking at the volcano, has it become less volatile now that that thing's out, or is it still about the same? Because I know it was like
There's
launching
a
shit out
hole
of
in
the
the
top.
side of it, probably.
Well, I'm assuming the lava level like dropped once it left.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. Nothing visibly from where you guys are has changed.
Okay.
But yeah, that thing was huge. So the lava level did go down probably like...
So I'm sure that does
80
help,
feet.
just
Yeah.
thinking logistically.
I think we're
Yeah.
just fortunate that there wasn't an explosion after the explosion.
How far away is that area from where we're at? Where the explosion would have happened?
I mean, a decent way. It's probably like 10, 20 minutes.
Okay. Hey, before we get to this, I just want to take stock of what happened on the other side of the mountain. Does anyone want to come with?
I've already fought through the disease once, so I'd be happy to go with you.
Okay. Yeah.
I was also saying it might be worth checking to see. I don't know how Blightburn works totally, but maybe not putting hands on this adamantine quite yet until we know for sure.
That's true.
That
I
it's
can-
safe to.
I can go check it out.
If you need any help, let me know.
I think it'd also be good to see if I don't really know what the effect this could have on the island. We need to ensure that the island's not about to like fall out of the sky or anything.
I can go with you to check it out.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'll go with you too. I'm not going to do any manual labor here, so.
Okay. Well, how about you two go? One you can take Perrin. I don't care. I will help move because I'm big. I've got the muscles for it.
Well, first we need to cut everything away.
I can help with that.
You hear Magnis say, and there's like a little bit of a glow of fire, and the whole hammer glows like red hot for a second, but it doesn't seem like it hurts Magnis. And then this out of it, like kind of that red hotness kind of like seeps out of it. There's just this little mote of fire. Mote is right. As it gets two little arms and two little legs, but just like floats there in the air, and you hear like it's sniffing, and it kind of moves as if it's being blown a little bit, and it sniffs Magnis, and then moves on to whoever's closest to him, probably like Weck on the wheel or something, and it goes, and will sniff everybody within view, including all of you.
What is it doing? And I look at like the tech people to try to
Why
tell
are these things always sentient?
what is it doing?
Can I read the aura on it or anything like that as far as like finding out what this magic is and how it's working?
I mean, looking at it, It
Or
is-
it might detect magic stuff.
Yeah, it's obviously, it doesn't strike you as something that's fully sentient because it is like magic. It is like magical fire, so to speak. We give it a nature or arcana check for anybody who wants to really nail down.
Esoteric lore.
Yeah, this is recall knowledge. Yep.
Natural 20
Might as well
for a
just try.
33.
One more time.
Nope.
Natural 20 for a 33.
Okay.
I got
DC 35.
a 21.
I got a 22.
Yeah. Well, so what would you like to know?
I would like to know, one, if this thing is dangerous for immediately, and then two, trying to figure out what it's looking for.
It doesn't clock any of you. You don't clock it as dangerous in any way. If anything, it seems to be doing something to the degree you have no idea of like what exactly is going on or something. But when it does sniff, there is a bit, especially in your vision, Eamon, there is a bit of magic, some sort of detection magic that is happening. It seems to be like, I would say the best way to put it is it's just looking for something. But it does get through everybody as you watch it. Like I said, it doesn't seem malicious in any way. And then it floats over to Phosphorus, and the hammer zips out of Magnis's hand.
I'll reach up to catch it.
Yeah, and you can catch it.
Okay.
Oh,
And
this
then-
wasn't the hammer floating?
No, it's a little fire moat with
Oh,
arms
okay.
and-
I
Yeah.
thought the hammer grew legs and arms.
Yeah,
It was like
that's what I thought too.
That's what I thought too, yeah.
No.
There's a big nose
it
on the
grew
front.
red hot, and then that kind of seeped out of it into
Oh.
a fire.
I thought it
moat.
had like little
What is a
fire
moat?
legs.
Just think like a little teardrop of fire.
Okay.
I mean, it's
Because I was thinking a
decently sized.
moat
It's
like a
foot
moat
big.
around a castle. Like a little fire circle
it's
around
like
it.
a
Okay.
like a dot.
Yeah.
or a
Okay.
Think
tear.
of
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a foot, a teardrop shaped foot tall
That
bit
makes
of fire with
so
little
much
weird
more
legs
sense
in
now.
it.
Yeah,
No.
We had all different
The hammer was
interpretations because I thought the
Yeah, no.
I thought the fire just grew little turned into little limbs.
No, that would be. You know what? No, we won't change it.
I wouldn't be like this thing is like I wouldn't be surprised if
Yeah.
you made a hammer that grew arms and legs and like
Yeah.
sniffed around it.
No, but yeah, it goes over to your hands. Magnus looks at his empty hand. He's like, oh, fuck it, whatever.
I'm just going to shrug at him.
And you now have this.
Fuck yeah.
Its abilities. I'm gonna talk through them so that audience.
Oh, I
Can
can't
know
keep
as
a
well.
secret?
No, I don't know why you'd want to. The main thing is
My natural state.
Creative Spark. With 2 actions, once per day, you strike the relic against a piece of flint and summon a fire wisp. I should have been describing it as a wisp to assist you, which appears in an unoccupied square next to you. The fire wisp doesn't act in combat, but it can assist you while you craft items. You gain a +1 status bonus to crafting checks involving blacksmithing and general metalworking, increasing to +2 at 9th level and +3 at 17th level. Once per
You
day.
and your little crafting companions.
Once per day, when you roll a critical failure on a crafting check related to blacksmithing, you get a failure instead. The wisp replaces the need for a forge while blacksmithing, but you still require other equipment and tools. The wisp remains for up to 10 minutes or until you dismiss it. You can extend this duration for additional 10 minutes if you feed the wisp 1 light bulk worth of charcoal or firewood or 1 pint of oil. Enhanced circuitry. As you gain resistance to electricity damage equal to half your level. As a reaction, you can complete the circuit, trigger you are targeted by or in the area of an electricity effect. Your relic uses the triggering. It's a relic. Your relic uses the triggering effect to complete its circuit. You choose which path the electricity takes down the circuit, gaining the corresponding benefit. Capacitor, you become electrically charged, getting a +2 status bonus to attack and damage rolls until the end of your next turn. Inductor, your resistance against electricity damage increases to your level, or the level of the relic, which is the same, until the end of your next turn. Or Resistor, your relic attempts to counteract the effect. On a failure, the relic overheats, dealing fire damage equal to the counteract rank of the effect, or double if you critically failure.
Sounds like you have a new target for Chain Lightning.
No.
And then last one is Forge Weld. For 2 actions, once per day, you strike the relic against an object, repairing it. The object's edges glow white hot, and you restore 5 hit points to the object per level of the relic, which is equal to your level. If this repairs the item above its broken threshold, it is no longer broken. This ability cannot replace lost pieces or restore something that's been completely broken. Yes, that works on the ship.
I was about to ask that.
And that's it, working at 1/4 of its capacity.
Wow. So we're all going to get something like this, right, Hammers?
You two already have something like this. You already have relics.
But I don't want to whip one.
No. No, that's just my wand.
What the hell?
But you could take the other one and not let Diego have one. I
Diego,
guess,
do you want
but
a wand?
You just trade it. But yeah.
All right. Shit.
So we find a teacup with little motes in it.
and it's mine now.
But yeah, so you guys want to go. I mean, that happens. Catches it in his hands. The fire mote goes back into it once that happens. Phosphorus. Fire wisp. We're going to call it a wisp from now on, Jack.
I guess I'll still go check out the site of where the bunker was.
Yeah.
Diego wants to come with me.
We're walking, right?
Well,
You want to take Perrin? We can fly there a little quicker.
yeah.
Not
If
all
guys-
of you can take Perrin.
Yeah.
Well, my flying potion lasted for an hour, and it took it like
you can
20.
take Perrin.
Well, I
minutes
can
ago.
still fly
But-
if it's an hour.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
You can
like,
always walk back if we need
I
to.
guess.
We can all go.
I guess in my head, I'm like, we've got to be getting close to that, but I
No.
kind of just took it.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
We can have a
Um,
sleepover in the bunker. We can hang out.
Phosphorus, are you staying?
Fucking radioactive
I'm
bunker.
going to organize this.
Okay.
The
I mean,
strip mine.
immediately you can kind of tell this is a couple days thing, because like this is, like I said, 80 feet long. It's huge.
Did we determine we could fit all it in one trip?
We got to take it off first. I got to know how much it weighs.
I thought we literally knew.
Yeah, it's 20 bulk.
Oh,
You
we
can all
absolutely can take it.
disassemble.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we don't have to plan for a second trip.
No, we currently have 80 bulk available.
Wonder how that happened.
Magnus is 8.
We currently have 72 bulk available.
But yeah, you guys head off towards the bunker.
Yeah.
As you do that, Magnus kind of looks to you, Phosphorus, and he says, he'll come over to you. Should I introduce myself, or what do you want me to do? Because he looks to all of the crew who has no idea who he is.
That's right. All right, everybody, listen up.
Okay.
This is Magnus. He will be joining us for the foreseeable future. Magnus, I will introduce you all to the crew as they kind of
Yeah, you can.
shuffle in,
You don't
shuffle
have to
out. Yeah.
go down the line, but yeah.
No,
for
say
the
them all.
time being, I need to figure out where you're going to sleep because we are out of beds.
Yeah, I can. He points to the hay pile. I can.
I mean, that's for Perrin.
Oh, okay. Well, I can also. It doesn't matter. I'm used to sleeping wherever. Anything's better than the island.
Yeah. It does get a bit cold up there, but we do have heating on our ship, so we'll figure something out.
Okay. Archie does walk up to him because if you don't remember, very scraggly looking, and basically they have a back and forth of Archie being like, "I have a buck in your subroutine, and I can cut your hair if you want." And Magnus
Neat.
will look to you for guidance. One, because he has not seen a clockwork construct talk to him just like a guy.
Yeah, this ship is not. You might be a bit surprised on a lot of things you find on the ship. Just got to
Okay.
roll with it as it goes.
It's sorry, you're alive. He looks to Archie and says, and Archie says, "Yes. Do you want a haircut?" And he says, "Sure." And he'll take a haircut. He can also give anyone else haircuts. If you
Very
want 'em.
strict dress code in the ship.
Dude,
Yeah.
he's gonna be Mag Riz.
We're all gonna get like
Diego
crazy
has
fades.
a scheduled weekly appointment.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
for him to
100%.
tidy up his goatee.
As we're flying there, I just turned to them like, he better not touch my oven.
We got to put in barber chairs so we can gossip to each other while we're getting.
But yeah, I mean, there's not much you really need to do, Phosphorus, other than this will, to pull back the curtain a bit. It'll probably take you 3 days of working to do this, to get it all broken down and loaded. Because, like you say, or like I said, you're not really cutting through flesh.
Yeah.
So it is like, as you say, you're like, what did you say? Strip mining.
Yep.
Yeah, you're like literally mining away. Luckily, you two dwarves always bring a couple spare pickaxes. So
I can also make explosives.
okay, yeah, that too.
This is like that beached whale they blew up with dynamite.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
but yeah,
I'm gonna say I can't damage the adamantine. So this thing doesn't have meat on it, does it?
no.
Okay.
I mean, unless you eat rocks, some people do.
How? Just guessing. How much does the head weigh? The skull.
Probably be about 10, 15 bulk. I'm not
Jesus.
sure, but
That's a
yeah,
lot.
it's probably the equivalent to like the mast or something.
Yeah. I don't think
Did we make a thin like shell of it?
We have 80. We have 80.
Yeah. We're also going to be adding stuff to this ship.
Yeah. And
Including the skull.
No.
That's our new windbreak.
At the very least, at the outpost, we can
Honestly.
sell the skull to an exotic dealer of some kind. If we
That's
need
our
I
to.
new
guess you want to try to
windbreak.
sell the skull.
Mick.
I bet Mick would. I bet Mick would buy it.
Great. He's gonna
It's
make
just
a,
hung up like a deer head or
how
something.
he's gonna
much
make a big pickle thrown
How
out
much
of it or
does the
something.
dragon weigh entirely?
I have not calculated because it's a lot.
Is it more than 80?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yes.
The R on those
You're
knees are
taking
probably
off
bad.
the outer plating, which is like the least amount of it. That was a horrible sentence, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so the three of you that are heading towards the exploded bunker, as you guys get up, you very clearly see just an opening in the side of the volcano, decently far away. It isn't. It might. My assumption, I don't want to speak for you, but it isn't as big as you guys might think. You guys have been around a lot of explosives before, and it looks like you haven't gotten close yet, but it looks like most of it was contained because
It was in a dragon's mouth?
Yeah, in the dragon's mouth, which is still kind of alarming that there's even still a hole in the mouth. Maybe put it in the back of your mind, don't blow up Blightburn.
Or do?
Okay.
Is there any resemblance of the lab left?
As you get closer, not. I mean, kind of, right? Because the north room when you guys kind of came in, that room was pretty long, so it's kind of like cut a
Carved
hole in the
out.
mountain where like halfway through that room, it just is like open now. But other than that, most of the other stuff is kind of gone or broken into like so many little pieces you don't even really know what you're looking at.
Do any of us know if that sickly aura that we walked into is still around? Can we figure this out somehow?
I can try to find out.
I mean, you guys. Sorry,
Do we want to go back in?
I would like to,
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
just to see what's left.
Is the area with the water still coming out?
yes.
Okay.
Looks like it. Yeah.
I'm
it could
more,
have blown away into even more chambers that we didn't know about.
That's true. It could have had some hidden compartments, maybe. I don't know. I not
Also-
an android.
Did you mean to do that, Diego?
Which part?
The dying part.
Did I mean to die? No. No, that was an accident. I tried to miss.
Okay.
Well, now that we have an opportunity, I do want to say to you that was extremely reckless. I don't appreciate having to catch your lifeless body. However,
Well, I'm thankful you did.
however, that situation probably would have got a lot worse, and I'm glad that you were able to get us out of there with no casualties.
Yeah, I'm just glad I pointed to the right place.
I'm also happy that you are still here with us.
Yes, me too. Definitely didn't want to die.
We're mutually in agreement in that.
But I figured I could fake the heart thing easier than I could fake missing an arm.
Yeah, I can still appreciate one-armed Diego more than dead Diego.
Well, me too.
I keep trying to find reasons to scold you, but I can't. Quick thinking. You did better. than
We went
any
through a
us
lot of
would've.
emotions today. I don't think anyone else could have talked to a something like that, except for him. So good job.
You probably saved our whole crew's lives.
Good
so-
job. Don't try not to put yourself into near death situation like that.
Just don't. Just
Again.
miss next time.
Diego
Yeah.
just is staring off in the distance, and then slowly he just leans forward. And just like a bunch of blood and glass comes out. Oh my God. I told Phosphorus there was a jingle in there.
When we get back to the ship, let me look at you.
I'm not a doctor, and I know that's not good.
Yes, please. Anyway, thanks. What were you saying? I don't know. We're going to go.
Okay.
Evan just flies towards the bunker.
Yeah. As you guys get close, you do see that kind of all around this place, even seeping out of this kind of crater in the volcano, is that hazy.
So it's still lingering in that area then.
Yeah.
Probably killing like plants around.
Yeah. Thankfully, there's not too many, and it doesn't. It's kind of hard to tell because it hasn't been around that long, right? Like realistically, we're talking like 30 minutes tops. But it does seem that it's like a little bit enough up the mountain that even if it did kind of start to spill down, it wouldn't hit too much. The issue is the water. water's still flowing. It's probably in the water though, because it is kind of like
And
right.
does that
behind
feed
it.
into a bigger body of water?
It's the one source of water that you saw on the island.
Is there any other feeding sources? Like, is this the only thing that's running into it? Or
this river, to remind you of the aerial view, it runs kind of down and then towards the east kind of crescent spot into a big lake.
Right, but in the big lake, is there more flowing bodies into the big lake, or is
No.
this the only one?
This is the only one.
Shit.
And it's the lake doesn't appear to have any offshoots from the lake.
Okay, so how, hypothetically speaking, and I'd probably have to talk to a certain party member who's not here,
Okay.
is the haze up enough that if we were to potentially create some sort of hole lower down the mountain that could then like basically go into the chamber where that water's constantly flowing, could we create a separate channel that doesn't go up towards that?
Oh
like,
yeah, for
hazy-
sure. Yeah. I mean,
But it's probably already gotten in there now.
Yes, but the amount of taint.
The options are either to get the poison to go away or the water to go away.
Oh, so as far as would Vernister know that? I guess we'll run with it. Potentially, if we have more fresh water, it could maybe dilute it, make it less harmful.
We could make... Do you think this is the only source of water on this island?
Yes.
At least from the offset. I
I
think
mean, other than actual rain, obviously.
I think that
could rain here.
and if it rains, it could be pulling from the water of this lake, so that would further cause damage.
Could I roll some kind of check to see how long this might hang around?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because now that I see that it's here, I don't know if it's magic anymore or if it's still...
Yeah, I'll just tell you because like you guys have encountered Blightburn before. Obviously, it was a little different because you were encountering a source, so it was never really like how long will this linger when like the thing creating it is right there. From what it looks like, there are very few traces of the crystal, right? Of the actual Blightburn crystal itself. Meaning, because of that, thankfully, it'll probably cause some damage, but this probably won't last very long, and it probably isn't super potent because the crystal's kind of gone now.
So maybe just diverting the water for a short time.
Well, I think that once it's done, but I think this will cause at least mitigation to whatever harm the lingering effects would have potentially.
I will.
I just want to keep all the life that we can on this island alive. If we have a choice about it.
Does bring up a good point. I'll be right back. And is there any pterodactyl clusters like somewhere near us?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you have to go like a little more into the jungle, but yeah, absolutely.
I would fly towards some.
Okay.
And I would essentially just tell like
Hello.
Is that what they sound like?
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Perrin. You realize they were talking to Perrin.
Oh.
And Perrin like, hello.
We've come to warn you all and pass the word to any of your friends, probably anything that won't eat you. Do not go to that part of the mountain. Death.
You're
Bad.
obviously you're talking about the critter.
Yes.
Okay.
Death. Cool. Thanks. Yep. Stay alive. Keep alive.
Goodbye.
All right. Talkative bunch. Fly back.
Did
Okay.
they ever check to see if the dragon itself was still radioactive before they started mining it?
Yeah.
The whole thing was okay.
Yeah,
We all come
they
back.
would've-
None of them
yeah,
have hair.
Go through all this work to save the crew and they just all slowly die over the next
They do
week.
not get hazard pay.
Yeah, I mean, I feel comfortable telling you this, Eamon. You are a person who can summon strong gusts of wind at a whim. You could probably blow this away. Mainly because there's no renewing source of it, for lack of a better term. I know it is kind of like radiation, but it's not exactly like a nuke went off and this place is fucked.
Yeah.
You just really need to actually get rid of this haze.
Okay.
This weird stuff, and you'd be good.
I'll just use cutting wind.
The main thing you want to do is you just want to dissipate it so that the concentration of it isn't harmful, right? You want to get rid of it. Sorry. So yeah,
Yeah.
it'll probably take a couple spell slots. It's a decent sized crater, so you're probably not just gonna hit one of them.
Yeah,
but-
I'll
have
use-
a couple spells.
Yeah. I'll use Cutting Wind at the 6th level. So from my wand, I'll cast those Blades of Wind and then use the focus spell Pushing Gust. My curse
Yeah.
will go to the 2nd level.
yeah,
Moderate, but
Yep.
I'll use Pushing Gust as well.
yeah.
And then the idea would be just to like at an angle cast them into the sky away
Yeah.
from.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
to just go up and rain and like radioactive rain on.
But yeah, a couple blasts of strong wind from Eamon, and that it's mostly dissipated.
Well, we did good here.
I will say it doesn't look like, as Eamon like kind of talked about, it doesn't look like there's anything else here other than the crater. There's no like secret rooms or anything you guys didn't see or anything.
All right. Well,
Do you? I know I'm not there, but just so I can get an idea when they come back, is there like chunks of adamantine just like layered throughout here?
Not really.
She nommed most of them.
Yeah. And the explosion kind of got rid of most of everything else.
Okay.
Can we check on the stability of the volcano itself?
yeah.
Yeah, if you guys want to go up to the top.
Just because in
real
case there's
quick.
a hole where like lava's slowly leaking.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like this reached any of the lava. This like crater from the explosion
Yeah.
that happened.
Just damage control.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
if you guys want to make your way up there, it does seem like it's a lot shallower. It was about 100 feet down before, I think. It's like almost 200 now. It does seem a little less volatile. It's a little less ashy up here. You identified it, Diego, as an underworld dragon. You would be aware that like it probably being in the mountain, like the dragon itself is an unbelievable source of primal fire magic. So it being in the mountain or in the volcano probably caused a lot of the
Would you have told us
Issues.
that? Sorry.
Probably not,
Okay.
because we saw
meant
it
a
and
little
I
time.
dove down and
I just mean in the flying time and exploring
Sure.
time that we've
Yeah.
done. Okay.
sure. I wouldn't hold it back.
yeah.
Do dragons have hordes?
Yeah, normally.
We can make it rain on that lava, turn it to stone, and mine
It did say it was sleeping.
On its horde.
I mean, I can not confirm nor deny that. But
I can cast Cone of Cold on it until that all turns to rock. You can mine.
Are we just playing Minecraft now?
Yeah.
I found diamond.
I hit
Diego,
bedrock.
as we're looking at the lava from a distance that doesn't hurt us,
yeah.
Diego, when you were talking to the Ravda, the thought was that Magnis was the one, perhaps causing some of these tears here, along with the volcano and such. But now that we know a being like this was here, that seems like a far more likely option than the level of magic I saw coming out of Magnis.
Well, maybe it's a combination.
Yeah.
What
But
else?
this would obviously tip the scales.
Kind of was a perfect storm of a fire oracle, a underworld dragon, and a volcano.
Yeah,
Underworld dragon.
that is a lot of heat in one area.
Yes.
I was just wondering, for the sake of, I know he has some, if you will, magical shackles on him now. If those don't need to be there because it was in fact caused by a giant old dragon and not him.
I say
I don't think it's shackles. I think it's.
cap. Yeah,
I don't think
safety.
I don't think it's even preventing him from using magic. It's not keeping him from doing anything. It's just.
Okay.
I think it just kind of reset the instability.
Yeah. We have no way to contact the Ravda, right?
No, didn't leave
He
a
did.
number.
He gave me a business card.
He did not.
Okay, we
He's
just
not
need to,
high enough up to
okay,
have a business
we
card.
need to
Yeah,
cause
there you go.
enough primal magic again that
Yeah.
they will come.
Why don't all of you roll nature? Not Phosphorus. He's not there for this conversation.
Can it be esoteric
yeah,
lore?
esoteric lore.
Oh.
I don't know
He's all
shit.
knowledge.
Is it a haunt?
Oracle lore?
No. Yeah, actually, yeah. Sorry, Oracle lore would absolutely.
Oh, I thought you were like, yeah, it is
no,
a
no,
haunt.
no.
No. Well,
22.
I got a nat 20. So
4.
31.
Okay, Diego and Eamon, both of you know from what it sounded like from the Ravda, and what it was doing is specifically the problem was not the power or the concentration of Magnis's magic. It was that it was actively calling out to elementals, right? While the underworld dragon is undeniably a more stronger case of primal fire magics, obviously, it probably didn't play nearly as much as a role in them coming here over Magnis. Like, Magnis was probably far and away the main reason. Obviously, it didn't help.
Well,
But-
it's connected to a totally different plane,
What?
right? The dragon. If it does have association with a plane, it's not the plane that Magnis is possibly causing tears.
Well, no,
from.
don't they just live in like the plates of this Earth or this
Yes.
planet?
Yeah. They don't
Oh.
really have an association with the plane.
It's sort of what I meant. Of like,
Yeah. I mean, neither does Magnis.
kind of.
Unless
But so far, the connection is I cast a lot of magic and a water portal opens.
Yeah.
He casts a lot of magic and a fire one opens.
Yeah.
This isn't written down academically, but the thought is there's some connection to some planes there.
Yeah.
And it's from a very specific thing. Okay, that's fine. Just wanted to
What if you rubbed your two planes together?
You get steam.
the plane of steam.
Oh,
That should be perfect for you.
is this sauna? Going to the steam plane.
Yeah. Anything else?
Do you want to wait to come back to me, or can I?
Yeah. What do you?
All right, I'd actually walk up to Magnis at one point.
Get his haircut.
So just to kind of go over some ground rules of the ship, I don't want a repeat of what happened in your ship.
Yeah,
So if anything weird happens, come get one of the main 4 of us.
When you say weird,
If you
you
think
mean like about me or
if-
just in general?
if you think that someone is working for the Magin,
Ah.
don't blow up the ship.
Okay. I mean, I never planned to.
I know.
I wouldn't have if the elementals didn't come.
That's fair. And then the second thing is, don't go invisible on the ship. I have multiple things around that's going to try to disintegrate you.
you told him about this.
Yeah,
because he can do that,
Yeah,
and he would have.
Yeah, I don't want you to turn into a thing of dust right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there's
Don't
a
go
moment where he
invisible.
kind of clocks and he's like, "Okay, yeah, gotcha."
There's a Magnus burn shadow on the
Yeah.
ground. Where'd he go?
Also, the hat will notice.
Yeah.
if you
Well,
go
thankfully,
invisible.
it probably wouldn't have killed him, but it definitely would have been quite a scare.
I have 5 traps set up like that.
Well, yeah, but he hits the first one. Oh, yeah, that's true. He doesn't know what's triggering it, huh? Yeah, maybe.
Why does this keep happening?
Wouldn't that be fun, Eamon, if the other oracle you met got disintegrated from?
Trying to reattach
you
his
would
limbs.
know that he has to have a symbol, like we all do.
So the hat's just staring at him, right?
We all have symbols. Well, it like rings off in my head.
So it's just annoying you right now?
Yeah, it just
Oh.
keeps telling me there's
Oh,
an
yeah.
intruder.
Oh, yeah, I know.
As you guys are doing that, Gil comes up. He says, "Howdy.
How's it going?
What did Diego kill himself?"
So he didn't kill himself. He stabbed himself in the heart, but I don't think he died.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because
So
okay.
no, he did it to try to trick the dragon, and I think he fucked up.
All right. Okay.
So
Okay. I'll spread the word.
yeah, he's still alive.
Because they all saw it.
People are asking.
Yeah. It was like, what happened?
It's like dragon's kind of a
Oh.
any way to kill it kind of thing. So I
Yeah.
wouldn't judge him too harshly on that one.
Yeah.
We can judge him on a lot of things, but maybe not that one.
Yeah. Anything else you guys do before you come back?
No, I would get there immediately to give Magnus his band to wear on his arm.
Yeah.
Before that, so man, just go and step on the ship and just walk around. It's like 5 minutes.
Just like walking up to him
Get
like
familiar with the place. Open each door.
Yeah. But yeah.
The problem is it's my voice and I enjoy it.
intruder.
I don't know what your
alert.
voice.
You asked for
There's
all of
an
our bands
intruder.
back.
You should check. There's an intruder.
Takes a sip.
Hey, sexy. There's an intruder.
There's this beautiful man's voice in my head right now.
Anything else before we go into downtime?
So I had, I wanted to contact Uchiro.
Yes. You want to do that?
Have you?
No.
It'd be like the next day because I have to attune to the.
Okay,
crystal.
yeah.
That's right. It's been the same day.
We were walking up to the mountain when I had the conversation with Renister to remind me.
Yeah.
That call was almost not made.
Yeah.
Before you do that, at a quiet moment, Gil would come find you. He will say you're in your room. Gives it a knock. I assume most of you, unless you're sleeping, leave your room open. I think we've kind of said that person that you
Yes.
sleep
I
in
kind of
the-
have to.
Yeah, in the engine room. But yeah, he'll just knock on the door.
Come in. It's open.
He says, "Can I talk to you for a second?"
Yes, have a seat.
He sits down. He says,
Tea.
Yeah, sure,
All right.
sure. We'll take some.
Give him some tea.
Well, we all saw what you did earlier today. In terms of
How earlier today?
killing yourself.
Oh, that.
Word is you didn't mean to do it. Obviously, I'm not saying you're suicidal. Or
I
nothing.
missed. Yes.
Yeah.
I was trying to aim for next to the heart.
Are you all right?
Well, I think I've passed all the glass.
I mean, emotionally.
Yes. 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 That sounded very unsure, but I was just thinking of what I was going to say. Yeah, I'm fine. I just had to do what was needed to
Okay.
not have the crew face a dragon.
What? I don't mean to talk about my station. You remember that talk we had when you slapped the shit out of me?
Yes.
We don't take lives
Mm-hmm.
willy nilly. I just want to make sure you know that extends to your life.
Well, I appreciate it. And I hope you know that I really didn't want to stab myself in the heart. I was really trying to fake it.
Yeah, I'm not saying you did it on purpose. I'm also not saying it was the wrong move. We all saw that. We understood what it meant. You, in a way, you almost killed yourself for us. We all get that undeniably. I don't think that's something any of us take lightly. I just, I've been in a lot of bad places. I've been around a lot of bad people. Sometimes you can get in a line of thinking that you think that might be the only way out, and I just don't want you to take that way out if it's not. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't mean to overstep if I'm talking too much. We're thankful, but we'd all rather have you around than not, I guess is the point.
I appreciate it.
Also, this tea is fucking amazing.
Yes,
I can't believe I haven't tried Baptiste tea before now.
It's phenomenal. Yes, I understand. I'm not in a place where I'd want to do that willingly.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure everybody stayed safe from the terrifying dragon.
Yeah, that's big.
Melted its face off, though. That was cool.
Wow. What?
Well, remember, and I just start telling.
Yeah.
telling
for
him
sure.
I'm
Yeah.
go through it.
Yeah, you want to contact Uchino? You just... Yeah, you just say something and she can hear it.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated message system.
Hello, is this thing on?
Yes. Yeah. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, it's going... well. Killed the dragon. That was a thing.
Is everyone okay?
Yes.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah, surprisingly so. Almost died, but,
Who?
me specifically.
Oh. But you're okay?
Yes, it's cool. It wasn't even the dragon's fault. It was actually my own. Long story. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Anyway, so what's new with you? Where are you at?
I'm in Takim, which you guys would know. Those of you who lived in Loklai would know that it's a coastal settlement in Shun, which is the Shuni nation. That's just west of the Loklai Mountains. She says there's, I don't know if you know, I know Phosphorus would. There's an outbreak of choking death, which is very bad.
It doesn't sound like a good thing.
Yeah, but I'm taking care of it as best I can. The dreams are still coming though, and they're more vivid and intense than ever.
Well, that's actually why I called you.
Okay.
Is it just the water thing still?
Yeah. Sometimes it's not often enough to cause any real problems, but sometimes it does affect my sleep. But
Well, we've run into something that I think it may be a long shot, but it may be connected to your dreams.
okay, what is it?
Well, you know how there's planes of primal magic or whatever it is, like the plane of water?
Yeah, the 4 elemental wonders.
Yes. Well, those are kind of having tears open up in our plane here and there.
Okay.
And so I don't know. I was just thinking.
The depths. That's
Yeah.
the water one. Out of the game.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's not explaining to you. You would know that.
Actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
We just dealt with some fire ones. We're next to a volcano. Neat stuff. Dragon was in the volcano.
You just this is the craziest shit, man. You guys ran like a business for 3 years, and now you're back in the adventure game, and immediately you've killed a dragon. Like, jeez.
Ain't no big thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
I mean, normally there comes a point where the visions, the dreams are kind of undeniable. So I think I'm getting there. So I think I'll have the answer soon enough.
Okay. Well,
But
keep us updated because we're kind of wrapped up in it too. If you see any monks with, wrappings around there. If you see any Ravda, did we talk about the Ravda?
she would probably know.
If you see any of them, they're cool. They'll help with that.
Okay.
But if you are stuck, maybe head back or just give us a call and maybe the answer lies with us. Eamon may be able to cause a tear in the plane. So we'll see about that.
Like on purpose?
Well, hopefully not. But maybe if we need him to do it on purpose, we could figure it out.
Wouldn't you rather him do it on purpose than an accident, right?
Yeah, that's true. I don't think he's going to,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
but he might.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I don't really know how it works 100%, to be honest.
regardless of the visions, I'm needed here now. I can tell you that. Choking death.
Oh,
is
yeah,
like-
choking death. That sounds
Yeah.
like a great time there.
I'll keep you up to date. Are you going to have the necklace now? Roll perception.
Like a turtle having sex. 26.
26?
Mm-hmm.
You hear a little bit of earnestness in her voice that she might prefer that.
Yeah, it's such a pain to attune and unattuned to it, how it is. Magic items and all that stuff. I'll keep it around for a bit.
Yeah, sure. Cool.
She's just tired of me walking away from it still on. She's like, no, hang up.
I can't do, there's just static for days.
What is it? Where are you still here?
But yeah, she says, yeah, I'll keep you up to date.
Yes. Do that. Also, don't choke to death or whatever that is.
Thank you. God damn.
Quite the wordsmith.
Okay. Anything else?
I'll just be off in the distance, letting my curse take its toll now that it's at the second level. Because I can't really work it down to nothing. So,
Well, sorry. Anything else you guys want to do before we go into downtime?
No, not unless any of the crew members approach.
no, not really. Unless, anyone wants to talk to Eamon. You wouldn't really go over his way.
I do not.
Talking to them through a rainstorm. is
I
just
never
not
want to
quite-
talk to any of you again.
Okay.
Talk to Renister about keeping the crystal now.
We can. Oh yeah, you guys might want to do. You might want to do that.
I don't think it was a big deal. I would probably just say it.
Yeah, I
unless
guess
you
so.
would actually have,
I beat up Diego.
unless Renister would actually have a conversation about it. But I think Diego would probably be like, "I'm keeping this now. Bye."
I don't think Lannister would care.
Cool.
I don't
Word.
think it'd be a big thing.
Yeah.
He's not a great conversationalist. I think he knows that.
Yeah. Okay.
You're like, "Thank God."
Oh, the pressure was killing me.
Alrighty. As the crew begins to strip mine a dragon, we head into the longest chunk of mid-season downtime we've ever done. 34 days to be exact. From the 28th of last freeze, which is the current day, all the way through the month of first rain, ending on the second day of deep breeze, which is the second month of spring. However, not all of that downtime is spent on Outpost 1, as the dragon still needs to be mined, which takes 2.5 days, sped up by the help of a certain T-Rex. With Renister directing him on what to do, his massive jaws are a huge help moving the bigger pieces of adamantine around. Diego offers to let Beulah continue working on her maps instead of helping with the dragon, but she declines. With how busy she's been lately, she's been skipping on the workout plan Renister gave her, and a bunch of manual labor is a good way to get back into the swing of things. While the crew and Renister work on breaking down the dragon, Magnis asks Phosphorus and Aemon to magically spar with him at one of the nearby spots of Scorched Jungle. He rarely gets the chance to train with competent spellcasters, a golden opportunity given how prominent they are within the Magin ranks. The two agree, and spend the rest of their time on the island flinging spells and healing burns. While everyone's busy as can be, Diego takes advantage of the final days spent in the sun, tanning from sunup to sundown. Once everything's done, the Penumbra is loaded up with 20 bulk of adamantine, roughly 50,000 gold's worth, with the part of the dragon's jaw now mounted on the vessel's bow, which if you don't remember is the front of the ship. With Magnis sleeping in the storage room for now, the 4-day journey to Outpost 1 flies by. So there's still almost a month of downtime left. And instead of taking things day by day or even in smaller chunks, I'm just going to go through all the important things that happened during that time. Starting with the changes to the Penumbra. The party decides to sell all the adamantine, putting that gold plus the small amount they get from the new maps Beulah has made towards many things. Those things are as follows. 2 mithril skyshard cannons, one on the starboard side of the Penumbra and the other on the port side. 1 skiff, formerly called Skips because I messed up the name, basically a bigger version of a ferry that can hold 5 people including the pilot. A level 1 band of speed, which increases the ship's speed by 10 feet, so 40-foot base now, or 50 with the wind at their backs, and a level 3 band of power, upgraded from their previous level 1 band of power, which increases the ship's carrying capacity by a further 40 bulk. If you don't remember, bands are circular strips of mithril engraved with intricate magic sigils that float around the Skyshard engine, enhancing it in all sorts of ways. Less of an upgrade and more of a change, the engineers add an extra room into the elevated part of the bow, which is the front of the ship, as I've said, that leads down into the dining/common area. As a quick refresher, the very front and back, or the bow and the stern, of the Penumbra's top deck is 10 feet higher than the rest of the top deck. The stern houses the massive Skyshard engine, and the bow is a smaller storage room that leads down into the rest of the ship. The north part of that storage area is being turned into Diego's new room, the captain's quarters, if you will. With him moving there, Baptiste is getting Diego's old room to himself so that Magnis can take Baptiste's old spot with Gil. The party asks Gil to keep an eye on Magnis, still not fully trusting him, though they caution Gil not to go through any of Magnis's stuff, as things didn't end well for the last guy who did. Now that's all the changes to the Penumbra, but not everything that was made, as Phosphorus, with the help of his engineers, puts together 12 personalized items, one for everyone except Phosphorus himself. Gil gets a magic ring that offers 2 boons. He can cast invisibility on himself once a day, and for 1 hour a day, it gives off a magical warmth if Gil is being intentionally observed by a creature within 120 feet. Dreaming Snow gets an ash rod capped with steel on either end that can transform into any specific simple tool. Baptiste gets a very similar rod, except his can transform into any specific cooking utensil. Well gets a metal eyepiece worn over a single eye. If twisted, the lens reveals a faint 3-dimensional outline of any item he plans to build or repair, with helpful labels on the component parts. Weck gets an elegantly made wood and metal organetto, a fair few steps better than the hand-me-down he's been using for worship. Thress gets a sextant, a navigation tool with a sighting mechanism especially useful for taking altitudes during navigation, except this one is enchanted to always show the night sky when looked through. Beulah gets a finely made compass that allows her to cast the shield cantrip on herself, summoning a disc made of magical force to protect her. Archie gets a metal engraving that depicts Zenode as he was in life, working on something with a smile on his face. Magnis gets a pair of dark leather aviator goggles that allow him to see in the dark when worn. Eamon gets an angelic-looking golden red feather that allows him to cast a handful of specific healing spells without tapping into his own reserves of magic. Renister gets a new saddle for Perrin, enchanted with magic that increases fly speed by 10 feet. And lastly, Diego gets a platinum coin, one side engraved with the image of a celestial, the other side with the image of a seven-eyed fiend. As a reaction to a failed check or attack, Diego can flip the coin. If it lands on the celestial, his dice roll is treated as a 14, possibly turning a failure into a success. If it lands on the fiend, nothing happens, and one of the fiend's eyes closes. Once all the eyes are closed, the coin disappears forever. Now all that crafting has Phosphorus very busy, so he doesn't get much else done during the downtime, except for contacting the new head of the Skitters with Sending, asking her for information on the Ravda, any Magin agents near Lochlai, Martin Brook, and any massive magical events that went down in the last 25 years that might have something to do with oracles. Unfortunately, he doesn't really get any information that he doesn't already know. Renister, along with Thress, Gil, Archie, and Magnis, head out to a nearby but somewhat secluded Sky Island for a long month of training and sparring. This serves two purposes, the most obvious being the sharpening of combat skills for the most combat-inclined of the crew. The less obvious is Renister's observations of the other four's abilities and how to best utilize them should it be needed. Archie, while the weakest of the four, is the most well-rounded. He's comfortable up close with his blade arm and at a distance with his gun arm, though his lack of real combat experience shows, especially early on in the month. Gil, on the other hand, has plenty of combat experience. Paired with a keen eye, he rarely misses a shot with his sidearm Vinny, though his range, even for a sharpshooter, is lacking. Thress is the most competent of the three crew members. She's got a wide range of approaches at her disposal, whether up close with her claws, at a distance with her bow, or stalking her foes from the shadows. She's dangerous to be sure, with those 30 years of adventuring experience often leading to her getting the upper hand. However, in terms of raw power, everyone else pales in comparison to Magnis. By now, he's gotten a pretty good grasp on how far he can push things without undoing the Ravda's ritual. Blasting out all sorts of fire magic, yes, but also a wide range of other spells. Magnis has been in more life or death combat than anyone else Renister has met, and boy does it show over those 20-some days. The five of them stay on the island most of the time, only coming back to resupply and drop/pick up Archie as he still has some engineering and Zenode-related duties. During all that time spent together, Renister and Thress grow ever closer, the bud of romance beginning to bloom. With everyone so busy, Diego sets to helping Beulah narrow down where the other two islands may be. By the end of downtime, they found a stretch of sky where the island with the Codex most likely is, and have made some headway towards narrowing down where the island with the reconstructive material may be. In the evenings, Diego, along with Beulah, Eamon, and Archie when he's around, begin compiling all of Zenode's old work with the new things they've found. There's not too much actual writing being done, just a lot of organizing of info. In his free time, Diego makes it a habit of checking in on Uchido once every couple days. At first, they talk about choking death and the dragon, but pretty soon they're talking about anything and everything, simply enjoying each other's conversation. Eamon puts his doctor nose to the grindstone and makes a few batches of what he calls Blightburn EpiPens, small tubes containing a mixture of medicines that, when injected, help fight off Blightburn sickness. They won't do anything to prevent it, but they do offer bonuses to any fortitude saves to get rid of the sickness. He makes 48 of those, handing a couple out to everyone. He also writes to Marcy with the help of his second magic envelope, whose connected pair she has. The letter explains most of what they've learned, and asks her to pass that info along to Mr. Pilvar, Irdel, Wander, and Naito. Stuff like the tears happening more often, the Ravda, the Magin, and Martin Brook. She spreads the word along and gets back to him in a few days. Wander's looking into things as she does, but that'll take some time. And the only info the Merchants Guild has on Martin Brook is things that the party already knows. Human man, incredibly skilled magic craftsman, kept to himself, left a good couple few years ago. The only other thing Eamon gets up to is, of course, helping restart Zenode's work, and playing a few rounds of Dragon Chess with Mick here and there, trying to get any sort of read on the strange goblin. Finally, for such a large chunk of downtime, I'm not going to go into detail about what each crew member does, except for the things already mentioned. In general, the engineers help build all the upgrades and items, Baptiste keeps everyone well fed, the combat folks train with Magnis and Renistir, and Beulah, along with everything else, keeps up her workout routine. The only other thing worth mentioning is that Beulah was planning to run the next worship. Technically that would have been over downtime, but we're going to say she was too busy to do it, because I want the crew-led worships to be played through, so we're putting that on the back burner until further notice. And to remind everyone, the next episode will start on the second day of the first week of Deep Breeze, which is the second month of spring, with Phosphorus handing out his personalized items to the party before finally another ship comes into port. What sort of folks will be on board? Will Diego get along with their captain? What secrets has Mick been hiding? All of this and more, next time on Dying 5.
If you enjoyed today's episode, consider leaving us a review on whatever platform you listen on. We'd love to hear your feedback. And if anyone in your life just can't get enough tabletop RPG action, send them our way. If tabletops have taught me anything, it's that good stories become great ones when you have some folks to share them with. And as always, thanks for listening.